Good morning, Crypto Warehouse family. Welcome to another Monday show. It's 11 o'clock. It is the 11th of December, and the markets have had a little bit of a correction in the last 12 or so hours, which of course we're going to cover today. We're going to have a look at the Bitcoin dump, what happened, some news about XRP, and people changing their opinions on it. We are going to take a look at bonkers, and what I want to do with the bonkers article is kind of go through why you should look at market caps, why you shouldn't just look at the price, and where it could potentially go to. So we've got some news about bonkers. Then we're going to have a little bit of a review of leverage, and the leverage is tied into what's just happened with Bitcoin. We're going to go through leverage, a bit of an explanation about that, try and explain to those of you that don't know what leverage is or why markets can do this. That hopefully will help you. Now, we've been making a lot of videos about airdrops, airdrop tokens and the like, and a few people have messaged me and said, can you explain in very simple terms what on earth we have to do to claim these tokens? So we're going to use Kamino Finance as an example of that, and we're going to try and take you through it and the strategy I'm going to use on that. And then we're going to talk about celebrities. Can celebrity endorsements time the top of the bull run? I actually like this article, and I agree with most of what it's got to say. So we're going to go through that as well. So it's going to be a busy show. Bitcoin, XRP, bonkers, leverage, airdrops, and celebrities. Not bad for a Monday morning when normally we have nothing to talk about on a Monday because we've had a quiet weekend. But this weekend, or especially the last 8 or 9 hours, certainly has not been quiet, has it? We have seen a little bit of a dump. Now, if we go, as we always do, to have a look at the markets, first of all, the market cap is down over 4%. It's down 4.2% to $1.57 trillion. I mean, it's not bad, is it really? I think if we look at the price and compare it to where we were a few days ago, we're not a million miles away from that. Volume. Now, the volume of 71 billion isn't an awful lot for a normal day, but this is coming off the back of a Sunday. So $71 billion in volume for a Sunday going into a Monday is exceptionally high. But that's because of the sell-off we've just seen. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Bitcoin dominance 52.5%, only come down a touch. Ethereum dominance 17.1%. Again, nothing too dramatic. Bitcoin then is down 2.8%. It's down at 42,400-ish. Ethereum is down 22.50. Now, what's interesting about the Bitcoin drop, and I'm sure it was the same for the Ethereum drop, that I haven't looked at Ethereum this morning, is the Bitcoin drop has fallen within the boundaries of what we have been saying all week. I gave some numbers out of where we would go to in a correction. One of those numbers, I think, was something like 41,200, 41,300. We're going to have a look at that and see how accurate it was. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just using the charts to show you where we could go to in a pump or in a dump. It's not me, it's the charts. That's all I'm doing. And I don't use anything sophisticated either. I just show you what the basic charts say. Now, if we have a little look, we still have coins up. I wasn't aware that BONK was up 20%. I just noticed that BONK was trending, as you can see up here, and I thought, you know what, I don't like BONK. I think it's a scam coin, but I want to use it to try and show people how to calculate where it could go from here. So we're going to look at BONK. BitTorrent, again, another token I don't like, is up. Injective, good token. Avalanche, I hold. A big bag of Avalanche. I was trying to work out when I bought it and what I bought it for, and I think I'm up, and I think I must have at least 3 or 4x'd Avalanche in the time since I've bought it. So that's been a good hold for me so far this year. Synthetics is up. Celestia, again, I'm not It's a newish coin, but it's at a 1.5 billion market cap. I mean, how much further is it going to go? I still think we're looking at retracement on Celestia. eCash is up and Beam is up. And losers, what's reacting badly to the market? FTX, scam, zombie, token, no interest in it whatsoever. Flare is down a touch. Mana is down, Sandbox is down. Interesting that the metaverse coins are both down at the same time. Carver is down, XDC is down, Ethereum Classic. Nothing really has lost a massive amount when you look at these charts. What we could see, because of the Bitcoin retracement, we could see the alts start to pump this week. We said on Friday and Saturday that the longer Bitcoin kind of holds out and has a bit of a break at these levels, that gives the altcoins more of a chance to pump up, because people will be putting these profits that they've made into altcoins potentially. So we could see a very favorable week for altcoins. We could see Bitcoin go back up to 44,000. We're going to have a little look at that in a minute. But first of all, let's have a look at what actually transpired. So Bitcoin has dumped 5% in an hour. Why are the crypto markets tanking? So there's different reasons for markets to tank. There's either fundamental problems, there's profit taking, there's macro environmental issues. There's lots of different reasons. Remember, there was a weekly close last night as well. So there's lots of things that can affect the price. Don't just think that it's the end of Bitcoin. The one thing you shouldn't be doing right now is panicking and thinking that now is a good time to sell Bitcoin, because it certainly isn't a good time to sell Bitcoin at all. We've had a minor retracement over the last 8 or 9 hours. We could see 40,000 in the next couple of days, or we could see 45,000 in the next couple of days. It really isn't anything to be massively worried about. We're at 25,000 a few weeks ago. You know, just a few sleeps ago, we were at 25,000, and now look where we are. So these retracements are needed, and they're healthy, because as we're going to go through with when we talk about leverage isn't so great for the market. Leverage isn't so good for you in real life. If you buy a house and you are highly leveraged because you have a large mortgage and the interest rates goes up and you can't afford to pay for your house anymore, what happens? You have to sell your house. Too many people selling their houses will bring the house prices down. Same with crypto. Too many people are over leveraged in Bitcoin. They've longed, too many longs, over leveraged, and again, these drops are exponentially increased by all of the longs being liquidated. So potentially today, again, we could see the shorts being liquidated. We could have a wick up to 43,500 at 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and all the shorts will be liquidated. Remember, these are whales playing games. If they see a huge pocket of liquidity from leverage, they will attack it, and it's just like a pack of sharks attacking a school of fish. They look for the biggest wins and the biggest gains. So here we go. We fell 5%. We're only down 4% now. We've had a slight bounce back, but we have had 8 straight green weeks. I said this on Monday last week. We've had 7 or 8 green weeks. The last time we had 7 or 8 green weeks, we had a retracement, and I said at the time, nothing goes up or down forever. We are going to see some pullback at some point. It cannot go up forever. Nothing in the history of mankind has ever gone up forever as far as stocks and shares are concerned. Even Google, even Apple, they have retraced over periods of recession or poor market conditions. Bitcoin is no different. Crypto is no different. We can't have 12, 16, 20 green weeks on the trot. We might get 10 or 12 green weeks during the end of the bull run when we're having the blow off top. But at this stage of the market, we've got 8 green weeks. And I said at the time, we're going to have a red week at some point. And maybe this is the week. And maybe the week after, we flatten out at 41,000 or 42,000. Because, like I say, all the time, we need to climb the prices like they're a set of stairs. If you go up a set of stairs too quickly, you're going to tire yourself out, and that's where the bears come in and drive the price down. Like an escalator, they just start to push the stairs back down again. So every pause we have is healthy. Every small correction we have is healthy. It is not healthy to go 42, 44, 48, 50, 52. I do think we're going to be at $50,000 and $48,000 in the coming weeks, because that's what the charts are saying. It doesn't mean we can't have retracements along the way. So the price drop, crypto quant, which we cover quite a lot on here. Bitcoin is perceived as having greater value compared to stablecoins, showing that market participants are placing higher value on Bitcoin. There's more than 50% of the circulating supply in profit. Despite the overall bullish sentiment, a significant subset remains underwater. With most of our forecasted data now supporting no rate hike, with all major asset classes now adjusting their pricing for the impending end of the rate cycle. So even though we've had a retracement, look at what's happening. Interest rates are going to come down. Inflation is coming down. The dreaded recession is being taken out of people's vocabulary right now. This is just a small retracement. The macro climate hasn't changed since Saturday. Last night was just a small pullback. Suggested the V reversal may take a few days of consolidation. Whenever we get major flushes at this stage of the market, V reversals are going to be a lot more common than a typical sideways basing period that we have gone through. Now, another thing, I've got this channel on my chart, which I'm going to go through in a minute. We don't need to go through too much of this. Let me bring up the Bitcoin chart, which we didn't cover on Sunday. We had a Sunday show yesterday because we kind of missed the Saturday show. I was a bit under the weather on Friday and Saturday. So Sunday we had a show. Now, as you can see, we've had, and these channels, they do hold out more often than not. This channel started on about the, I can't even see it this time of the morning, October time. Now, look at where we came down to, okay? We couldn't get above this fib level, which was 44,500. Just remember that. That was the line I was pointing out. But at the bottom of this range, we had 40,400. And this channel is coming up each and every week. And it's not the bull market support band, that's all the way down here. The bull market support band now is at 33,000, roughly 33,000. We've got a long way to go to come back to the bull market support band. Now, again, with these things, we have potential for this kind of movement, okay? But we've touched this blue line here, which I think I drew on Saturday. And this line here, if you look, we touched it on this second red candle. Now, again, I'm not an expert. I don't have a crystal ball. But you can look over here on the right and you can see these different levels. And you can also see this. This is a gap, a huge gap in the volume. So when I said, if we have a pullback, we could go back to 41,600. We kind of touched it on this one. We had our wick down, which was the liquidations. Then we've come back up, we've touched this, and now we've come back up here. So we have different pockets of liquidity that the price gets sucked to. So from here, what could we do? Well, we could do this for a little while and maybe plod along for a few days. Or we could have a huge retracement, which I think is very unlikely at this moment in time. I think we could come back down to here, which is 37,000. That I've got pretty much no hope of that happening. Or what is more likely is we kind of maybe do this and we come and retest 44,000 again. That's the logical stage or logical move. It doesn't mean it's going to happen today. It could happen today, it could happen Wednesday, it could happen on Friday. We could just mosey along at these prices for a little while. The longer we stay constant, the more the alts are going to pump. Look at this period of time here, from here to here, which is 6 days maybe. All that period of time, we've seen the alts pump because Bitcoin is having a breather. It's having a break. That's the title of the show today, Bitcoin Breather. It's having a break from what's just happened. We're at 44,450. We're on top of, if you look here, we're on top of this area. Now, there's a gap here. I'm terrible at drawing, I admit that. There's a gap here. So what we could do is pop up to here, which is 43,200, 43,300. We could do that because there's nothing, we're on top of this liquidity. And there is the next layer up, which would take us back to here. So, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. I would not panic over this minor retracement. The longs have been liquidated. These kinds of wicks are longs being liquidated. These kinds of wicks are shorts being liquidated. Shorts being liquidated, coupled with a gap in the volume, sucks it up. It's like a magnet. Pulls the price up or it pulls the price down. That's all it is. It's just there's no buying or selling pressure at these prices. So what does it do? It goes to the next level of buy or sell orders. That's it. Very simple. So don't panic. We are probably going to come up again. The RSI is coming up again. If you look down here, the RSI is starting to come back up. This is on the 4 hour. I'm sure if we go to the 1 hour, you'll see it again. Look, the RSI is coming back up as well. So all of these things are, I mean, that's a fairly healthy recovery. So the RSI is coming back up. Let's not worry too much about that. We're going to go and have a look at the leverage thing in a bit. First of all, we're going to pop over and have a look at what Mike Novogratz has had to say about XRP. But I think before we do, I think it's time to drop our red envelope and red boxes. So while this loads, let me bring up the red envelopes. Good morning, 98. Welcome to the stream. User 26. There will be, but I have things to do. I can't sit here simply giving you crypto for free. I have to go through the stream. We're 17 minutes into the stream and you're screaming for boxes. If you want boxes every 2 seconds, go and watch somebody else because I'm not interested this morning. We drop boxes in between the news. That's what we're here for, okay? We're here to try and give you some level of understanding of what's going on. I'm not here to just give you free crypto every 5 minutes. So go somewhere else. Now, I am going to drop a box because it's nearly 20 past and that's when I drop the box on the show. All right, I've got to be careful. I don't want to put the wrong words in. There we go. Give me 1 second. Right, that's one set dropped. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to drop them in other places. As you can see, Mr. 26, it takes me 2 or 3 minutes to do this. Do you want me to interrupt every single article by dropping boxes because it takes me 2 or 3 minutes? The show would last 3 hours. Right, let me drop this one next. Right, 1 minute. That has hopefully worked. There we go. Good morning, Rich Seeker. Rich Secret. Gen K14, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Remember, if you're new here, please make sure to like, give us a follow, or subscribe, or whatever buttons you've got in front of you. Just press some buttons. Help us grow the channel. It really is appreciated. All of the likes and all of the follows that we get. We've recently passed 70,000 followers, on one platform. We've passed 2,500 on another platform, and we're nearly at 2,500 on another platform. So we are growing, not quite exponentially, but we are growing at a rate of knots. And for those of you that do turn up every day and listen to the stream, it is greatly appreciated. So Mike Novogratz retracts his skepticism about XRP, now lauding its strong community and stewardship. So I was wrong, he admitted. This comes after Ripple's legal triumphs throughout 2023. Remember, they've beaten the SEC. Ripple is now, I believe, only the second legal cryptocurrency in the United States. I think there's XRP and then there's one other. And obviously they've still got the impending fine, which they're going to talk to the SEC about, whether it's 100, 300 or $500 million. All of that is to come. So Novogratz cast doubt on XRP's future, citing Ripple's dominant stake in the token as a potential drawback. I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power, he admitted, referencing Ripple's 60% now reduced to about 50% ownership of the token. Again, what you have to understand, Bitcoin is wholly decentralized. It's proof of work, it's uncensorable, it's outside of the political sphere. Ripple and XRP, their token, it was never meant to be Bitcoin. It was never meant to be Ethereum. It was always meant to be a protocol for banks to send cross-border payments with and potentially offer other functionality such as stablecoins, whatever it might be, okay? So I don't care if Ripple owned 50% of the tokens or 60% of the tokens. It's a different type of cryptocurrency. If you asked me 6 years ago, I would have told you that I was wholly in favor of Bitcoin. And now I've come to realize that there is a spectrum of crypto from centralized to decentralized, Bitcoin being the most decentralized and currencies such as XRP being centralized. But you cannot have a decentralized project like Ripple with a DAO when it operates between the banks, because it's basically, at the end of the day, it's not a decentralized token. It never was meant to be a decentralized token. So I kind of would have said the same thing 5 or 6 years ago about XRP. I don't like it. I would have said it's not a true cryptocurrency. It's a banking protocol. It's a banking system. That's what I would have said. I've now changed my mind. I've got older. Don't think I've got any wiser, but I've got older, and now I understand there's multiple different types of cryptocurrency out there, and I shouldn't be too harsh on some of them. The only ones I'm really harsh on are meme coins, because I think it can damage you in terms of what you buy and how you make or lose money. So meme coins for me, probably the only thing that I'm really... Meme coins and NFTs, if we're going to be precise, are the only two things that I'm very, very anti on here. So he acknowledged that their commitment to nurturing the ecosystem around the token, the XRP army, is real. They care about their ecosystem and their coin. I totally agree. Novogratz's rollercoaster relationship with XRP. In October 2021, the value of XRP has actually almost tripled since the SEC actions. It's a testament to the fact that once communities are formed with shared interest, they are damn resilient. Now, I will say the same thing about Solana, and Solana has been absolutely trashed by everybody outside of Solana. If you're in Solana and if you use Solana, you'll realize what a bloody good chain it is and how quick it is. It hasn't, it's down for 6 hours, it's down for 3 hours, it's down for 4 hours, whatever it might be. I can't remember the last time it went down. It's so quick. And the platforms being built, we're going to look at one in a bit, we're going to look at Kamino Finance. The platforms and the apps being built on Solana are equally, if not better, than the ones on Ethereum. XRP, the community behind XRP was never going to let this token die because they believe in the project. The Solana people, whatever, the sultans of Solana, they believe in their project. So if you have a community, what is a currency? A currency, one of the tenets of a currency, is the trust put into that currency by the people using it. Trust. Now, if you look at the American dollar, it says "In God We Trust," because there's nothing backing the American dollar apart from the trust of people using it. And of course, their military arm, but we're not going to talk about that. The people in Solana trust Solana. The people in XRP trust XRP. Nobody can take that away from them. So it will always have value because that value is in the trust of that community. If the price of XRP drops, what will happen? They will buy more. What happens if the price of XRP goes up? They will hold it. The price of Bitcoin has been going up now for the last 3 months and nobody's selling. That's why the price keeps going up, because people trust Bitcoin. They trust XRP. They trust Solana. They trust ADA. Everybody in these communities trusts their projects that are built on these platforms. That's why you have certain tokens more resilient than others. So Novogratz continued to voice concerns over the distribution and its ongoing development cases. We don't really care about this. At the end of the day, he got it wrong. Nobody's right. Nobody's perfect. I know we live in a cancel culture. I am going to be wrong probably more times than I'm right. He is going to be right and wrong about other things. It's just part of life. You make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just the way it is. But we also can't predict the future. So let's have a look at what's happened to XRP in the last 24 hours. We're down 5.6%. Okay, but look where we were. We bounced off where we said we were going to bounce off, which was 70 cents. We actually broke 70 cents. Now, we talk a lot on here about the basics of TA, and one of the basics of TA is, of course, the fib levels. And we've spoken about this with Bitcoin as well. Look at what happened. We panicked here and we broke down. And where did we bounce? Where did we find it? So all the volume that I was showing you before on Bitcoin, take all that off the chart and draw a fib. Draw a fib. So these are the fib levels that we have drawn. Let's go out a little bit further. Okay. So we've drawn these fib levels that you normally take from the high, which is back there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We've drawn the fib levels and look what's happened with XRP. It couldn't break above the fib level. It broke above the fib level. It used it as support. It moved up to the next fib level. It's come down in a small retracement. Oh, we've panicked. Panic sell. Where did we touch? The same fib level. So, without any knowledge whatsoever of any other trading that you know, forget RSI, forget stocks, forget what other things do people use, market cipher, forget all of these things. Draw yourself a bog standard Fibonacci retracement, and more often than not you are going to see these kinds of bounces off these levels. So what's going to happen now if we hold this, which I think we will? We could come back up to here, which is 68, 66 cents, whatever, and then we could come back up to here. But we've bounced on it. So we've found our level of support, and it's a strong level of support because all of this period here we spent at this price. So that's what we do. We kind of run into the arms and hug our previous level of support. We go and give ourselves a hug. And that's what we've done. We've come down to 62 cents. If Bitcoin retraces, where is the next level down? It would be this, the SMA, which is at 57 cents. So let's say we do have a proper breakdown. We're going to come down to here. And that ties up with this very small volume area on the side here. But we could come down to the bull market support band, and then further down we've got 55 cents. So we have a lot of levels of support on XRP because we spent so long in and out of these prices. So don't worry about these 5% retracements, whatever. We've come down to the price we were on last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, we were at 62 cents. And we were saying, oh, well, I think we're going to go to 70 cents. That's my next target. And then we're going to go up towards 80 cents. And what did we do? We got to 70 cents. We got rejected at 70 cents. We came down to the next volume area here. We've then had the Bitcoin longs being pulled and bash straight back down to the next area of volume, which just so happens to be the next fib level. So this played out absolutely beautiful. We should have probably done this, but we've had our liquidations and we've done this. So that's probably what's going to happen next. So XRP, for me, it's a beautiful coin to trade. It honors the charts, it respects the charts, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do any of this. Obviously, Brogan is way more technically advanced than I am at stuff like this. He knows what he's talking about a lot more. I just use the basics. Again, very similar to Bitcoin. Look, we have the RSI starting to creep back up now. So each time, if you go back and look at the RSIs over here, look at this. Touchdown here, price went up. Touchdown here, price went up. Touchdown here, price went up. This is going to do the same thing. So what's going to happen? Potentially the price is going to go up. Again, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this. Macro environment, that will have a different effect. If all things are being equal and there's no news this week, we should see a move back up to 65 cents, 66 cents. If there's no macro news. Remember, with all things, like we've done price predictions on GateIO, for example. Price prediction on GateIO, Brogan said it's going to go up and then it's going to come down and find a level. GateIO went up, we took 45% profits on it. He sold it. What's happened now? We've had a huge deleveraging of Bitcoin. It's dragged everything down. GateIO's at $3. We sold it at $4.50. So it was a good move. But when Bitcoin moves, when the markets move, that is when your TA that we're doing here means nothing at all. Now we are going to cover, very briefly, we are going to cover a coin that I don't like, but I'm going to do it because so many people like it and so many people want to have a view on it. So my view is very simple. So when you want to look at different markets, when you want to look at AI coins, when you want to look at anything else, you can go to CoinMarketCap, and when you click on categories, it will give you all of these different categories. Okay, Binance Launchpad, Dogecoin ecosystem, layer 2s, health, cybersecurity, whatever it might be. And of course we have memes, and when you click on memes, it will show you all of the memes listed by market cap. So what do we have here? We have Dogecoin number 1, 9th position. This number is the number that this coin is in across all cryptocurrencies. So Dogecoin is the 9th largest, 16th largest, 79th, 90th. Flocky, 128. For those of you that don't know anything about Flocky, we've made a video about Flocky in May this year. It's been on a bit of a good run. We're going to do some TA on Flocky today and put up a TA video on Flocky, so keep an eye out on that. Why have we picked Flocky, or Floki, however you want to pronounce it? It's actually probably Floki because it's named after Loki, isn't it? It's probably Floki. Excuse me. So the situation is that people are saying that BONK is going to potentially 10x from where it is now. Now look at the year to date, it's up 6,100%. So it's 61x from where it was. And it's at a $743 million market cap. It's overtaken Pepe, which is at $600 million. Floki is at 358. Now, another coin that we like is SNEC. I've made a video about SNEC. Again, I made the video about SNEC some 3 or 4 months ago. I've made a video about Wall Street memes a few months ago. I've made, what else have I made a video about? Try to see if there's anything else in here that I've covered. Pepe 2.0, I told people to ignore that, it was a scam. I can't see any other meme coins that I've made videos about. I mean, of course I've done BONK, I've done Pepe, I've done Floki. I can't find them. Anyway, the point of the matter is, if BONK does a 10x from here, it would give it a market cap of 7.4 billion. $7.4 billion market cap for BONK. Don't go over there. Now, that would put it in second place by some way above Shiba Inu. Do I think that's going to happen? Not a chance. Not a chance. In fact, it only has to 8x from where it is now to go above Shiba Inu. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's up nearly 500% in 30 days. It's going on what's called a parabolic run. It can't go up forever. It's reaching, I would call it a terminal velocity. It's reaching the point where it's got to where it's going to go. So if you look at the chart, and we're going to do the long-term chart. Or can we do the long-term chart? Is that going to show us? There we go. So let me get rid of all these fibs. Okay, this area here is where I gave the warning about BONK and said it looks like a scam coin. And that was in January. And between January and November, this entire period, this coin has done nothing. Nothing. Now, it hasn't built itself out. It hasn't done what Shiba Inu has done and created a, a metaverse. It's not done what Floki's done. So, what's going to happen to this coin? If you look here, what I think is going to happen to this coin is I think it's going to do this. And it's going to come back down again. And the reason it's going to come back down again is it has no foundation to be at the price it's at. It may push up towards a $1 billion market cap. Okay, it might find a level at 1 billion. People will sell, take profits, and then it will come down. But there is nothing to substantiate the price of this token. Nothing. And at some point, the people that have been holding it since here, so the people that were buying BONK for whatever reason here, they are going to sell somewhere up here, and that sell pressure is going to dump the price, because this for me is hype. And the other reason I want to show you this is that when you look at a coin that is 0.00001228, you think to yourself, oh well, this might get to $1. You know, Shiba Inu might get to $1. Pepe might get to $1. You would have to put 5 zeros on this price to get to $1, which would give it, what's that, $74 trillion market cap to get to that price. $74 trillion market cap. The entire market is 1.5 trillion. So this would have to 30-40x the entire market cap of crypto to get to $1. But psychologically, you're going to look at these coins and think they're cheap because of the price. If I said to you, one Bitcoin is $42,000, one Shiba Inu is 0.00009713, and you can buy 100,000 for $4, you're going to buy 100,000 Shiba Inu thinking that the price is going to go to $1 and you're going to make $100,000. This is the mistake that retail make when they get to crypto. They'll buy Shiba Inu, they'll buy BONK, they'll buy Pepe, they'll buy Floki, they'll buy all of these coins. Now, what you've also got to remember is Shiba Inu is probably not even going to be able to take off much of, it might take off 1 0, which it's close to doing now, but it's not going to take off 2 zeros. 2 zeros would put Shiba Inu at a $57 billion market cap. The same with BONK. To get BONK up by 1 more zero is putting it at $7.4 billion market cap. So the psychology of this price is to make it look as cheap as possible to get you to buy in. Now, what Shiba have done is built out an ecosystem. So long term, I think it's going to be here. Dogecoin, as we all know, I think Dogecoin in the next bull run could hit $1, because that would give it a market cap of 140 billion, which, if we're going to 10x from here, is about right. So we might hit 90 cents, 95 cents on Dogecoin. But for the rest of these coins, don't think you are ever going to see $1 from Shiba Inu. If this market cap was $575,000, for example, and you could put 5 zeros on this, then yes, it could hit $1. But it's already at 5.7 billion. That's the message I'm trying to give you today, is you can't just look at the price. You have to look at the price and the market cap together. This means nothing without this. And if you want to be specific, the price, the market cap, and the circulating supply are the 3 things you should look at for any coin, because this has got 589 trillion coins. This has got 60 trillion coins. It's just too much. It's too much for it to get to $1. So for the people who've asked me to look at BONK, it's never going to hit $1. It's probably never going to hit 1 cent. And it's probably not going to 10x from here. It's probably reached its, its peak. And now, as with what it's done over here, it should peter out, and maybe it does this in the next bull run. That's a possibility. But what certainly isn't going to happen, I really need to learn how to draw. What certainly isn't going to happen is that it's not going to happen, because it's not going to get to 5-6 billion tomorrow. It certainly isn't. So keep an eye on the price of the coin, keep an eye on the market cap, and keep an eye on the circulating supply. They're the things you need to keep a look at. Now it's 11:42. We are running a little bit late, so I'm going to very quickly, what we'll probably do is we'll do leverage and Kamino, and we'll skip celebrities. Let's go and have a look at this. So this is what we were talking about before on the Bitcoin charts. We've had $350 million in liquidations in 12 hours. 354 million according to this. The Bitcoin price fell. We know everything else got liquidated. So the first thing to understand is what is leverage and what are longs and shorts. Longs are people that bet on the price going up. Shorts are people that bet on the price going down. So the people, and this has come from Glassnode, I believe, CoinGlass, okay. So this shows you the total liquidations. There's $400 million in liquidations. 117,000 traders were liquidated. 117,000 open positions were liquidated in the last 24 hours because of what's just happened. I told you about flash dumps repeatedly. Now dump is completed. It will take a long period of chops for Bitcoin to resume the uptrend, he added, before predicting that altcoins would start to move. Now we've kind of said this. It was a leverage flush out, 100% planned, orchestrated move to liquidate high leverage gamblers, said crypto trader I'm Not the Wolf. There's a busy week ahead, we know about this. I'm going to skip over this a little bit. So what happened was, you can get liquidation heat maps that tell you the prices that people are going to be liquidated at, whether it be 43,000, 44,000, 41,000, wherever it might be. They'll liquidate the shorts, they'll liquidate the longs, and the market movers target those prices. And that's why you see the flash pumps and the flash crashes. So if you wanted to go and investigate this kind of stuff, you could go to CoinGlass, which funnily enough, I thought it was Glassnode, but it's CoinGlass. CoinGlass will show you the liquidations over the last, what period of time is this? Maybe, this is the last hour. So if you go to the last 24 hours, this shows you the liquidations over the last 24 hours. It shows you the 24-hour wrecked, and it shows you who got wrecked. So $332 million worth of longs were wrecked, $57 million of shorts were wrecked. That's in the last 24 hours. In the last 4 hours, it's kind of equal 5.2, 6.2 of the last 4 hours. So this shows you that people were betting on the price to go up and it came down. That's it. That's what it works out as. So when you see these huge price moves, they're not just down to normal price action. They're down to people 25x longing Bitcoin or 10x shorting Bitcoin. That's what it is. And that causes these cascading liquidations. So the price can jump very easily from 40 to 43,000 in a minute because of the cascading liquidations. Similarly, if there's too many shorts positions opened and the price goes up, there will be cascading short liquidations. It's just how the markets work. So when you see these huge wicks, they're not the end of the world. It's natural for this to happen. So don't panic. The most people that come to crypto, when they see these moves, they worry. My XRP is down 5% in 24 hours. Great. But it's also gone up 35% in the last 4 weeks. You have to get used to these large moves. And if you are interested in it, go to CoinGlass and they have these charts. Go and learn about long and short liquidations. And if you want to, go and have a look at the heat maps of where the liquidations lie, because that will tell you the prices that we need to hit to then see a massive up or a massive down in the market. But I am going to have to cut this quick. So the last thing I'm going to talk about today is Kamino Finance. Let me go back in here. Remember, if you are watching, smash the like button. GateIO came down simply because everything else came down. No, I don't think so. Thank you anyway. Don't know why that scam came up. Okay, 1 second. Let me just get through the comments. Is this going to bring up that stupid advert again? There we go. So, Solana Protocol, Kamino eyes airdrop. I seem to be having a problem bringing the article up. Is that going to stay open now? Or is it going to disappear? BTTC, I don't like. It's a scam coin. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever's wrong with the article, I can't show it you. But I do have the website to show you. So I'm going to show you the website. Now, bear in mind, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I am not sponsored by Kamino, not sponsored by Solana, not sponsored by anybody. I'm going to show you a strategy for an airdrop. That's what I'm going to do. But let me read through some of these messages first. So BTTC, I'm not a fan of BTTC. I don't like it because it has so many zeros. Doesn't mean it's going to shoot up in price. If you look at the price action, every time we've looked at BTTC, it's been going through the floor. Who else it says? So that was that. BTC to the moon. Yeah, eventually it will go to the moon. Eventually we'll see $100, $200, $300,000. You are correct. CVP, Fran. What is CVP? Let me have a look. Is that Power Pool or is that the other one? There's two CVPs. Let me know which one you're thinking of. Because there's Power Pool and then Community Vote Power. Okay, it's not that one. So it must be this one. I have never heard about it. Let me have a little look. Has this been going for a while? When did this start? Oof. Been going for a while. I'll give it that. Been going for a while. Oh, I recognise this website. What I would say about those kind of currencies, those tokens, is that it's done nothing whatsoever, even during the last kind of... Everything in the market is pumping, and this hasn't moved since February. So that would be a warning for me. So if you think Bitcoin has been going up since January, you would, if this was following suit, you'd expect the price to be 50 cents, 55 cents. If it's not done anything in this period of time, unless they've launched some new technology that we don't know about, yeah, but I think I've looked at this website once before, if that. So I don't know about that one. It doesn't seem to have moved at all. That's what worries me. Let's have a look. Okay, don't click on any of these boxes, especially the links. And if anybody tells you to message them on Telegram or on WhatsApp and they're going to make you $1,000 a day, just don't do it. It's not going to happen. And they are all just trying to get your crypto out of you. That's it. Hello, Shortcut. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Kamino Finance. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by Kamino Finance in any way, shape or form. Good morning, Moonspid. Jed, good morning. Hello, Aidi. Hello, Speedy. Welcome to the streams. So, we've covered and made videos about Jupiter, Jito, Pyth. I've just dropped a video about the Phantom Wallet, potential Phantom Wallet airdrop, and what you have to do. I've made a video about it. I can't say where because of where I'm streaming today, but we have made a video on a platform that you can watch videos on. Just go and find Crypto Warehouse and we're there. Now, there is a list of about 5 or 6 places that are going to do future airdrops. One of them is Phantom. Phantom is a Solana wallet. It's actually multi-chain nowadays. You can get Ethereum and things on there now. But anyway, it started off as a Solana wallet. There's the few steps you need to take to be eligible for any potential future airdrop. Now, what I've got to be careful of here, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Number 1, nobody's paying me to go through this. Number 2, these are potential airdrops. They are not confirmed. It's important to understand that once airdrops get confirmed, you're normally too late to get all of the original airdrop allocation. So if you come in right at the very end, right at the death after it's been announced, it will say something like the airdrop snapshot was the 10th of December yesterday, and now everybody will be getting the lower end of the airdrop. Kamino, for me, have the only thing I can say is this. Right. Kamino is the only one of all of the Solana projects that's actually pointing to something like this. There is one more that has mentioned a points scheme, but it's a little bit more of a risky play, and I'm not going to make a video about it. It's to do with shorting and longing and things like that, so we're not going to look at that. So what is my strategy for Kamino? First of all, it's a little bit like Marinade Finance, in that you can stake tokens and earn a yield. Solana, USDC, MSOL, BSOL, GSOL, whatever it might be. It's all on the Solana blockchain. Now, what you want to think about is, am I going to make any money out of this? We don't know. So do not degen in and put $10,000 into Kamino. I'm going to show you precisely what I've done. Precisely what I've done. So you can see the positions that I have. Okay? I've decided to open 2 different positions within Kamino. And the reason is, I don't want to go all in on Kamino. I want to have had some trading activity on their platform, because I am not interested in trying to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of airdrop from this, because that would require me going all in on something that hasn't yet said it's going to have an airdrop. So what I'm doing is I'm going to dip my toe into all of these different platforms. So as you can see, I've put in $100. It's come down because the price of Solana has come down, but I've put in $100. And I've split it between some Solana and some USDT and USDC. So I've got some open positions on the liquidity. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open, probably today, I'm probably going to open a long position on Solana with maybe $10 or $20, because I want to activate the liquidity. Well, it's the borrow lend liquidity is one, and the long and short. I'm going to do these 2 things, and I'm going to leave them for the next 3-6 months, whatever it might be, because that will hopefully build up enough points for me to earn an airdrop. And again, like I said, if I get $100 or $200 of an airdrop, that's fine by me. I'm not telling you to go and put too much into this, because it's not important. But think of it this way. You're on an exchange now, and you've got access to GateIO, and you've got access to BONK, and you've got access to Pyth tokens on these exchanges that you're on now. But by the time they get to these exchanges, they've already had a fair old pump. So what I'm trying to do is say, okay, if I can get you 100 CAM tokens by doing this, when the exchange you're watching on goes live, you can send those CAM tokens from your Phantom wallet to your exchange, and you can stake them or trade with them on your exchange that you're on now. That's the point of this. It's a long-term play. So like I said, I got a few DMs saying, how do I do this and what do I do? I'm showing you precisely what I'm doing. I'm opening some positions, and again, not a lot of positions. It doesn't matter. It's just registering your interest. The same with Phantom. Phantom I've been using for 4 or 5 years. I don't need to do anything on Phantom, but the process is start a wallet, trade USDC for USDT, buy some Solana on there, get some kind of activity on the chain, and you will be eligible, fingers crossed, for some of these points, which will hopefully give you $10, $100, $200 worth of airdrop. So I wanted to bring this in so I could show you in real time what I was doing, because it's important that I have transparency over what I'm doing. Now, if I find another platform like this, I'm more than likely to put another $100 into that platform to then give me access to their airdrop. Now, I don't care about getting tier 1 100,000 tokens, like I said, because that would involve me putting a lot of net worth into something that I don't know if it's ever going to drop anything important. I'm just triggering the lowest tier on all of these platforms, so when there is an airdrop, I have access to it. Now, the Pyth network, I did hardly any transactions on the Pyth network, or on the Solana transactions to do with it. That got me $1,500. The Jupiter airdrop, which I'm also eligible for, is likely to only give me $100 or $200, but it's $100 or $200 for doing relatively little, where I was selling some meme coin tokens and buying some Solana or USDC. It was very small in terms of the amount of work I did to get that. So that's potentially $1,700 for no work, really no work. If I can put $100 in here and leave it and earn 16.5% and 4.5%, and then I can get tokens to bring back to the exchanges that I'm on, and then sell them for a 10x or a 20x, it's worth the time and effort to do that. So Kamino Finance, I will make a video about this explaining how to do it, but I wanted to do it in real time because I know people have been asking me on Telegram, how do you do this? And I'm just explaining it for you there. So that is pretty much it. What we're going to do now is say goodbye to one of the platforms. So I'm going to put the stream on pause for about 30 seconds. And then when we come back, we're going to do the quiz.